How's it going, everyone? Welcome to HardToWatch. Each episode, I bring on a guest. They choose a movie. I choose a movie. We talk about why they're hard to watch. We're coming to you from 1774 California Street, Fratelli's Pizza. I'm having just 2 slices and a drink. What are you having?
I'm having a slice myself.
Okay, cool. We are on Creators Co. TV. You can find us on Facebook, Rumble, YouTube, X, and several other platforms. My guest this week is Alan Carnes.
How you doing, Alex?
Tell us who you are and what you're up to these days.
So my name is Alan Carnes. I'm a special effects makeup artist, creature designer, and also suit actor. I own my own shop out here in Shasta County. I've been doing this job for probably about 15, 16 years now, professionally. Really just into like monster movies, creature movies, alien movies, like all kinds of genres of special effects.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, cool. Well, what movie did you choose?
So I would choose The Return of Swamp Thing.
And I chose
Troll 2.
Creature movies that are both sequels.
Ironically.
Before we get started,
Heather.
you're quite the cinephile. You have a large collection. How large is just your Blu-ray and DVD collection?
I think when my kid and I were just building the new racks for the house, because we needed to get a bunch of stuff unpacked and out of boxes, I think our counts almost ended at about 3,000.
Oh, wow.
At least.
Yeah, I have an app to show me, like you can scan them, and I have 3,275.
Oh, yeah?
Just Blu-rays and DVDs.
Nice.
I have a couple of laser discs. Can't play them, but I'm going to give you a little pop quiz here. See if you've heard of these. Star Wars Christmas Special. Have you seen it?
Seen parts of it, but I've heard all the both good and bad stories of it.
Yeah. All right. Kiss meets the Phantom of the Park.
I've seen that.
Yep. Fantastic Four, the Corman version.
Oh, I love that. I actually got a copy from Jay Underwood at a convention, and he told me all about it. So there were some really interesting stories that I was hearing about that.
Very cool. Fear, Anxiety, and Depression.
Heard of it, never watched it.
Okay. Dogs in Space.
I've seen parts of that.
And Terror in Tiny Town.
Heard, but never seen it.
So you know what it is.
I know what it is.
Well, we're going to start this week with Return of Swamp Thing. Let's bring it up here. Do you want to read the, I guess that's a log line?
Yeah, no, the long line is the fact of it's a tongue-in-cheek sequel for the benevolent bog creature falls for the vegetarian, plant-loving daughter of the evil and scientist who created him.
Now, why did you choose this movie?
So, well, I chose this movie because of the fact of I'm always kind of interested in sequels that always surpass the original. And that is kind of even though it's tongue-in-cheek, you got to watch the original. And if you've seen the original 70s Swamp Thing directed by Wes Craven, it's a totally different genre, totally different taste, totally different picture, and high quality than Return of Swamp Thing, which was done in the 80s.
Right.
You know, they have the 2 different levels of the same character.
Right. This stars
Dick Durock, the actual character of Swamp Thing.
the original one, yep.
And he also played in the sequel as the suit actor and Alec Holland in the Return of Swamp Thing.
Yeah, one of the trivia points I found about this, before that, the only actor to play the same DC protagonist twice was Christopher Reeve, Superman. Now, speaking of Superman, Sarah Douglas is in this film from Superman 2, and Heather Locklear.
And you got Louis Jourdan and Ace Max and a bunch of other. Joey Siegel actually is my favorite character. He plays Sergeant Gunn.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he stands out like crazy in this movie.
Well, let's play the first clip here. This is Swamp 1. We open up with the fight scene.
You see, but it's the intensity of this scene when you have the music playing in the background.
Right.
And you got to understand that to be a suit actor and wear that much rubber and actually trying to get in water, when you're in foam rubber, it actually soaks up water like a sponge.
Oh, good point.
So it's like, when Dick DeRock did the first Swamp Thing, he was actually in latex and a wetsuit.
Okay.
And it wasn't foam rubber. It was all slip latex.
Okay.
And it was so hard for him to move in that thing when he did an interview that when they brought him back in to do Return of Swamp Thing, they said, no. It's going to be a whole different genre. When you listen to the commentary of this movie, the director talks to him about it's going to be in complete foam rubber, head to toe, and it's multiple pieces, lightweight. You're going to love it. And he was actually amazed how much freer it was for him to move. I mean, you see him in this movie. I mean, he's doing like big, huge swinging pounds as opposed to the original where he was like a rubber action figure. He could like barely move his body.
I haven't seen either one. I haven't seen the first one.
I highly recommend.
I definitely want to see it now. Wes Craven, how did that happen?
So from what I'm gathering, that like Wes Craven was he was inspired by the DC comics and like the Marvel comics, and because the Marvel comic of Swamp Thing, because he's an underground character, so he's a tragic Beauty and the Beast character. Yep. So in the 70s, they wanted to have a unique creature feature. So that's what drove Wes Craven to there. But when you watch the original Swamp Thing, you're going to see a really dark, really gritty, really raw.
It had more of a horror.
It had more of a suspenseful horror kind of like style, But like it says for Return of Swamp Thing, it's more supposed to be like, it's kind of based for kids. It's cheeky, it's fun. It's like for teenagers, They just want to go to a popcorn monster flick. Yeah,
that makes sense. You were talking about the commentary.
Mm-hmm.
One of the commentary points was the director and Louis Jourdan.
Mm-hmm.
He had previously been a Bond villain, Octopussy, and the director wanted him to refer to Mrs. Poinsettia as Points, and he wouldn't do it.
Right, yeah.
And that caused him to not want to talk to the director because the director's like, weren't you an Octopussy? Because points meant her boobs.
Well, I think that was the fact that the subtext of the line was supposed to be, in its uniqueness.
Right. Let's go ahead and watch clip 2. This movie kind of reminds me of the Island of Dr. Moreau.
Very much so.
Gene splicing has gone extremely well.
See, now, what's so cool about this, though, is that Masters and Masters Effects did the makeup effects for this film.
Okay.
And they've gone on to do things like True Blood and a bunch of other big productions.
Interesting,
so, Master and Master Effects, that was a long list of special effects, horror, sci-fis, and thrillers.
Okay, let's go ahead and watch clip 3, because that's more creatures, or the lab. Yeah, this one. So what do they do if they have one they don't want? They put him in the monster incinerator, which does come up later in the movie.
See, the thing is that Sarah Douglas and Louis Jourdan, they play really good opposite each other. I mean, the chemistry between her being the sinister scientist herself, and then Jourdan plays Arcane's character is just like a sadistic, self-absorbed madman / genius, and she literally praises him throughout the whole film.
That's true.
It's very, very interesting, the chemistry between the two.
Yeah.
It's not just a working relationship. There's a little bit of subtextual passion in there.
There is, but then when she kind of does a switcheroo, and I can't remember what changed her mind. So go ahead.
It was the fact of because he had the opportunity to still regain stopping the aging process.
Right.
That Dr. Zarel wanted to use a different blood type.
Right.
And it was either the guard, Conklin, or her. And he basically just kind of wrote it off like, we'll do whatever is necessary. Anything else?
That kind of sounds like an elite class of people these days.
Yeah, it's
funny. I mean, won't get into that. There was one point near the end of the shoot. Sorry, I'm struggling here. where they were having a problem getting a Jeep going. And so the director and the crew push the Jeep into the scene. And you can actually see him there. Let's go ahead and play the clip 4. So you want to tell us what's going on here? The stepdaughter's showing up by surprise.
Thing is about that scene though is that you can feel both the cheekiness but the tension of like meeting new people and the standoffishness of someone that just doesn't belong. The only thing that cracks me up about that movie every time since I was younger when I first watched it was Heather Locklear's love for pink. I mean, you just take the doctors, you take, Dr. Arcane, and then you take this one lady that's like, she's like pink in the bayou. It's it was like, that's like such a fish out of water character.
Yeah, I mean, it is a definite contrast to the whole ambiance. Let's watch clip 5. This is some clever... Just showing how evil he is.
You know what's really funny, though, is that the way the director said how they did that was they actually do an overhead projection off of an actual... I forget what they call them nowadays. It's just like literally like an overhead projector like what you would use in school.
Oh, gotcha.
And that's how they actually reflected that thing.
Interesting.
That whole scribe is actually done on green acid paper. And it's all hand drawn, and they had to literally bring it up, and they had to actually center it in the middle of that painting.
That sounds
so it's literally like somebody flicking on, flicking off on it, like
almost
a
like a Disney ride.
Yeah, kind of like a Disney ride. I mean, it's
the effect
very much. It's a bit cheesy, but it's kind of like one of those for a monster flick kids movie. It seems like that would be something you're like, oh, he is evil.
Well, yeah, you're right. It's for kids. So, anything you want to specifically tell us about this movie?
So, like I said, the one thing I think that I dug about this versus the original was that there was just more monsters. Because when you read the actual Swamp Thing comic books and the graphic novels, it's all about Arcane trying to get back to some sense of humanity. It's always about Alan Carnes' character of Swamp Thing facing off against everything that comes out of Arcane's lab, or something that's been from like mutants in the swamp. Like he's not the only mutation that came out of the swamp. So it's kind of like just seeing like every little creature design element. They just chucked this movie full of just one creature after another after another. I mean, and the fact that Swamp Thing doesn't face off with every single one of them, which is unfortunate. But the Leech Man, which I love that character, he always stood out as, and the fact that animatronic was actually a radio controlled animatronic that actually would pull a cable just to move just that mouth, and that was it. But it was, I mean, when you're like a 12-year-old kid, that's terrifying, thinking that something like that could be in your pool.
I remember that character from the comics.
Right.
Yeah.
And he stood out.
He did.
Yeah.
Let's watch clip 6. The one thing I did notice about this clip, you have these two, clip 6. Oh, there it is. You have these two kids. Why they're in the movie, really? You could have done the entire movie without them and lost nothing, really. But this dialogue is funny, and at the beginning of the scene, you can tell the kid outside was ADR, and then the rest was environmental. What were you about to say?
Oh, none. I'm just watching the scene.
He falls in the chair. He's like, help. Help me, guys. Help me.
Yeah.
I can't help but think of Eric Cartman.
Well, one thing is that because, and this is something that's unique about this part of the film, is that you're always going to have a lot of adult atmosphere. And when you watch the original Swamp Thing, there's no kids other than one kid in the entire movie.
Okay.
And he runs this gas station stand. And, and he's got very little involvement. So it's kind of like you want to have that one young character to kind of bring the other age groups like into the mix. Like, I wouldn't call the first Swamp Thing a movie that you could show to kids.
No.
But the sequel a lot of kids are like 12, 13, and 14. Like my youngest son, he loves this movie. And every time they watch, and he's 13, and he watches the monsters. And every time Swamp Thing comes in and you get that epic intro music, I'm like, that dun 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 dun. I'm like, oh, it's like now it's on.
It came out on May 12th, 1989. Filmed in Savannah, Georgia. Budget was $4 million. It says it only grossed $192,000.
Well, you know, like for the 90s, like early 90s and late 80s, that's not bad for an independent film.
Wow.
I mean, you gotta remember, it's like independent films weren't given the recognition that like big A-list Hollywood movies were.
Of course.
And Return of Swamp Thing is going to be around even 4 million. It's like a B movie status for back in the late 80s, early 90s.
I guess since then it has gone on to make
it's got
5.17 million.
It's got
if not more.
Huge cult following. I mean, I can't tell you how many places I've gone, conventions I've gone, where I see a Return of the Swamp Thing T-shirt. I mean, I almost had an opportunity to meet Dick Durock, who actually played both the characters, but he had a line when I went to Monsterpalooza like years back. He had a line going all the way around the block. There was no way for me to get in there. And after his passing, because he's no longer with us, it's like I would have loved to have met him, because it would have been a really unique conversation to ask him about.
I'm sure you would have a good conversation with him.
Well, I'm a suit actor. It's like I'm in the rubber, I'm in the fur, I'm in all that stuff. So I can relate to what an actor's going to go through, not just making it, but actually. I mean, most of us
lose a lot of weight doing that.
You lose a lot of water weight. You'll hit Gatorade like crazy.
That makes sense. Let's go and watch clip 7. Suddenly they like have lightsabers.
Yeah, well, here's what's really funny. So that is a piece of metal, but that's an aluminum ore.
Okay. So it shouldn't have any sparks on it.
No, it shouldn't. That's what makes this part of this film so cheesy.
He really likes explosions, the director.
Oh, yeah.
I guess let's go to clip 9. This is where Swamp Thing helps the stepdaughter escape.
Yeah, basically as peels out. The fact that she used the word "I love it when guys peel out," I'm like, that wasn't a well-placed line.
There are tons of henchmen with very bad aim.
Lots
of explosions and nothing. Any other things, thoughts? We can keep going.
I'll tell you, Sergeant Gunn in this film, I don't know how many clips you got of him in
I
here.
have at least one going.
Oh, good. Yeah, because he is literally that surfer dude meets militia, Army, Navy, Marines, like total shell shock, but yet you hate him, but you're just like, but I want to see more of him, It's just like, what other one-liners is he going to come up with?
Kind of a stooge.
But you know what? It's like, I wouldn't want to tangle with him. I wouldn't want to mix it up.
He has a lot of hand grenades.
He does.
Okay, so we've escaped. And now let's do clip 10. This is the infamous love scene. Now tell me exactly what they were trying to do here. Is it that she was taking a hallucinogen?
Yeah, I think what it is, and this is something me and a bunch of my FX friends have had very subtextual conversations with about the subtext meaning. And I won't get into it because it's very kind of unique. But when you watch this kind of scene, you would almost think it's kind of a plant-based hallucinogen, but it's taking her on a wild ride, if you will. Because technically, he can't be with her like an actual human being. So you would almost think that this is as close to being a real human that he can.
And then we talked about this on several shows. You have two people who first meet. They've known each other for like 2 days. Now they're madly in love.
Yeah, it's one of those. Could the movie have done well without it? Sure. Absolutely. It's like, is it one of those scenes that you're just like, oh, that's kind of an odd placement?
Was she actually a character in the comics?
I don't actually remember Abigail Holland or Abigail Arcane in the actual comics. Now, I think she was just one of those characters that was just like placed in there. No, it was a good, good character for for Heather Locklear to play. I mean, she back in the day,
She's
she
probably
was
part of the draw too, right?
absolutely. Plus, when you see the poster of Swamp
it's
Thing
just
holding
her.
her like the bride,
Yeah.
and she's all excited looking. That's one of those like really kind of like cheap, cheesy, but it's also kind of fun.
Man, all right, let's clip 11. This is part 2 of the love scene.
Yeah.
And it's steamy.
And what's really amazing, that's actually not Dr. Rock.
I know.
Guys.
Go ahead.
That actually is just a body double actor that they put in. And here's a little thing that really it really chaps me about both films. Both films, they didn't use Dick Durock's actual voice.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
The voice that he's using
It's overdubbed?
is dubbed by a different actor.
Oh.
And when Dick Durock actually went and saw the premiere, he says, and they said, "Oh yeah, we forgot to tell you before you even went in. We didn't use your voice in the audio."
Oh, man.
When he went in, he was like, "Again."
Did he not get the full rates pay for doing the dialogue?
No, he got his credits and he got paid for being in the suit and being the character and all that stuff. And I never knew for the longest time that his audio was never used.
Oh, I didn't know that either. Wow, crazy. Clip 12. This is,
We're
yeah,
not gonna find Rochelle here.
when they're talking about using the cameras.
Yeah.
Gun, your ignorance is only exceeded by your incompetence.
Well, thanks, Points. And I always thought you hated me.
I don't hate you. I despise you.
How can you say that? I've always been what you'd call a likable guy.
This is
when
just
I'm
some
not
cheesy
blowing
dialogue.
Somebody away.
You're supposed to be
So
the head
he's
of
at a security.
around
She's
here,
number
right?
2.
Right. Yeah.
Well, great. Let's recap.
And he does get
Where's
exploded.
Swamp Thing?
I don't know.
Where's Arcane's stepdaughter?
Is she missing again?
Where's Dr. Rochelle?
I don't know. Where?
I rest my case.
When that scene continues,
Yeah.
there's a lot more to that scene.
Well, there's
but-
also, go ahead. I don't want to
Oh,
interrupt you.
no, it's okay. Yeah, no, there's a lot of clips to that scene that are very unique. Like some things you're like, was that necessary?
Right.
But they're also very funny and cheesy.
They had that Lethal Weapon type
Actually,
scene
that
where
was comparing scars.
Yeah.
It's like Marines and Navy and Army like comparing scars. Like who's got the bigger scars? And that was actually pre Lethal Weapon 3.
Was it?
Yeah, because you remember Lethal Weapon 3 was coming out in '93. So
Oh, that's right.
Lethal Weapon 3 actually
Okay.
pulled this scene and they did this. So this was the first he said, she said comparable scar
Oh,
scene.
good point. For some reason, I was thinking that was in an earlier Lethal Weapon, but no, you're right. Clip 13 is where the bad guy reveals his plan,
Coupled.
which is typical.
Man's oldest dream may come true.
Immortality. You're sick. What did you do? Sell your soul to the devil?
Let's just say he has a lease with an option to buy.
And what's that last line?
The one thing I love about that line is that every time somebody makes a devil comment, even to me nowadays, I will actually use that line when talking to people.
What is the line?
When she says, "You're sick. What'd you do? Sell your soul to the devil?" He says, "Let's just say he has a lease with an option to buy." And I love that line because it's just so candid, like dismissive, like.
Who are you? Why are you talking to me?
And it's like, I'm sorry, you disapprove.
Clip 14. This is the big energy transfer scene. And these special effects are not that special, except for the suits.
I'll tell you, the chair costs more to build than the actual effect.
Oh,
Energy.
you know anything about who did the effects for this?
So yeah, it's like a lot of the effects overlays were like pre-CG, because you remember back in the like late 70s,
Oh,
early
yeah.
80s, when they were doing overlay projections and they were doing overlay like effects. I mean, all that had to be created with animation.
Right,
So
right.
that was like digital. So you literally had to like overlay and underlay layers on actual film. So
Right.
I mean, as silly as it is, I mean, it's actually the starts of what like innovations and technology that we have today.
I won't argue with that, because you know your stuff. 15, please. Another explosion. Was that a real set or was that a miniature?
So that was actually a miniature, because in the amount of money it would take just to build a full-size mansion like that, it would have been insurmountable. So
Okay.
a lot of the explosions, even that trailer park,
I figured the trailer park
you know,
was
was
miniature.
partial miniature, partial real cars. So
Got
they
it.
actually did blow up real cars, but there were like wide shots that they were using miniatures too.
So she's supposed to be dead now, right?
Yeah, basically her whole life's essence and spirit and energy has all been drained from her.
Last clip, please. 16. Bringing it home for this movie. He doesn't know he has healing properties, right?
You're gonna have to watch the first one thing because it actually does tap on this.
He's like Grogu. Were the special effects in the first one like that better?
Actually a little less animated, but a little bit more on par.
Gotcha.
But I will say that the end of that scene where he wants to tell her, he's like, you know, what'd you do? And he says, I couldn't lose you.
Oh, God.
And so the fact that she says, you know, will I be okay? I don't know. There might be side effects. Well, we'll find them out together.
Yeah.
And there's a cute tongue-in-cheek part where she actually grows a little petal flower out of her foot. And I thought, that's like pre-Quentin Tarantino scene.
Of course.
So I chuckled and I thought, it always struck me funny as a kid, and even to this day, even my youngest was like, why is she growing a plant out of a foot, Dad? And I was like, same reason why he turned into a plant. I don't know.
And then they left it open for a sequel.
It did. I mean, but they did have a Swamp Thing, the series that came out in the 90s.
Right.
And Dick DeRock did play the character for a little while.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And then it went only a couple seasons, and then it stopped. And then in the, I believe it was like 2015, I think it was, they actually had a remaster of a new generation of Swamp Thing, where they tried to start back over again, you know, and it only had one season.
Yeah, I remember that. Were you a fan of any of those?
I actually was a fan of the 80s, 90s series. It was pretty unique in its own right. The reboot of it, I thought that the suit actor did an amazing job. Derek Mears is his name, and I'm a huge fan of his work. I mean, he's played in like the Hills Have Eyes remake and Dune and Doom, and then a bunch of other movies. But he really stood out as playing the character for Swamp Thing. Like, he doesn't play the human version of the movie because he's like me. He's 6'5", so he's a big guy, and they wanted Holland to be like a small-statured scientist brainiac, you know, and then just kind of bring in like, you know, night and day. You know, you got the small-statured, you know, intelligent man, and then the tall, muscled-out, brooding swamp beast.
Nice. Was it a little more respectful of the comic?
It was actually. It was the new show was actually really respectful to the comic.
Okay.
They still kept a lot of the same unique design. The one that really struck me though is that when you watch The Return of Swamp Thing, you see Dick DeRock's actual clean pearly white teeth. And that always kind of rubbed a lot of Mick Barris bad.
Big contrast.
So they went, and when they did the remake of the series in the 2000s, they actually gave him green planted dentures. So they actually looked like green bark-like teeth.
Yeah.
So it really made it like all tie together as like one thing.
There were three things I wanted to point out before I finish up. When he's invading the enemy compound, he walks through gugates that are unlocked, and he just does this to the.
He just takes out henchman after henchman after henchman.
Just barely touch heads and fall. And then the guy with the grenade is smoking. Not a smart thing to do.
Yeah. There's one scene. I'm assuming we're done with these clips though.
Yeah.
There's one scene that's like one of my top favorites before we move on, but it's Sergeant Gunn when they are going to actually chase down Swamp Thing.
Yeah.
And they chase him through the swamp. The part that with him and Louis Jourdan come up in the Jeep and it's quiet, and the guys are just like firing the machine guns and they're just loading him up with bullets. And you got Gunn as loud as well going, turn him into guacamole! And he's like, launch the grenades, boom! And it's like, it's so loud and so big and so obnoxious. And he's like, yeah! And then afterwards, he's like, and you got Louis Jourdan just sitting there like, just kind of like all somber and demure, and he says, get a piece of him for the experiment. And he's like, okay, but why the bother? He's like, it's not going to be slamming up the works no more after that blast. And he's like, I'd rather be greatly mistaken just in case.
What was the line when Swamp Thing and the girl are escaping, and the doctor comes out and says, the Beauty and the Beast have fled. And then what's the next line? There are most important thing.
Oh yeah,
something like that.
Well, no, it's the fact of a gun stepped in the goo, and he goes, "Oh, gross." He goes, "No, give me your knife."
Right.
And he says, "Oh, looks like you left a calling card on Doc." And he goes, "Indeed, he has."
Well, that's all I got. Anything else?
No, I just honestly, I always recommend people that if you're going to want to see a nice popcorn, it's cheesy but fun popcorn monster flick, I always recommend Return of Swamp Thing. I always say, go back to the original movie for the source material. But if you just want to like an all-out fun monster flick, Return of Swamp Thing, I always recommend.
You probably knew this. The suit from this movie was sold to the television series.
I did not actually.
Oh wow! And because of where it was filmed, Savannah, Georgia, the crew had to clean bugs off lights every few hours because of massive mosquito population.
Oh, in the swamps and down the bayou, I mean, you got flies and every kind of bug you could think of. I mean, there were guys out there with little duster fans literally flicking at the lights like every 15 minutes.
It doesn't surprise me.
Well, because on the commentary, they actually talk about one light actually got so many bugs that it blocked out. It literally turned into a shadow. It wouldn't surprise me at all. And when they flicked it, the thing would come back on.
I'm trying to see if there's anything else of note. I think that's it. We will move on to our next film. This one's a doozy.
Oh, yeah.
Troll
Part 2.
The tag is one was not enough.
Uh-huh.
I think one was enough. I did see the first Troll in the theaters.
Oh, lucky.
It was not anything like this.
No. Well, no. And the most amazing part is it was not even done by the same effects company either.
It was actually had trolls in it, which this one doesn't have any trolls.
No.
You want to read that?
So a vacationing family discovers that they enter a town they're visiting and is inhabited by goblins disguised as humans who plan to eat them.
And the way they go about that is crazy. This was originally shot under the title of Goblin.
Mm-hmm.
The entire cast, or I'm sorry, the entire crew were from Italy, so they didn't speak much English. And
I want to say that it was actually an Italian effects crew that actually made the actual suits.
That wouldn't surprise me at all. They spread their budget way too thin, I think.
Well, I don't think they spared any expense.
It was a $100,000 budget.
Oh, no kidding.
And where was it? It made, are you ready for this? In the theaters, $1,910. That's it. Yeah. Not even $2,000.
Oy.
Let's go and watch clip 1 of Trolls. Troll.
Elliot, what kind of idiotic joke is this? You scared the shit out of me.
I'm the victim of a nocturnal rapture. I have to release my lowest instincts with a woman.
Oh! Release your instincts in the bathroom.
Are you nuts? You trying to turn me into a homo?
Wouldn't it be too hard? If my father discovers you here, He'd cut off your little nuts and eat them. He can't stand you.
And now a word from our sponsor.
All right, I'm back. So that was a funny exchange, but the thing.
Oh, yeah, I'll tell you.
What's the thing she says? Go ahead.
Yeah. The acting on this film, especially in the introduction, sort of showing the characters, it's who on earth wears like lycra spandex?
I know.
And a weightlifting belt while bench pressing. I mean, I get it.
Wardrobe was probably not their top priority.
Probably not. It's like it's the 80s. It was definitely one of those. But you definitely knew it was an 80s film because of the hair. I mean, the hair was
man.
full, perm, poof.
Everybody's hair was like that.
Oh, yeah.
But the thing she says about my dad would cut off your little nuts and eat them.
Yeah.
I'm like,
and I'm over here like, that's a visual.
All right, clip 2, please.
Joshua, start singing. Come on, sing that song I like so much.
I don't feel like singing, Mom.
Just
Sing that song I like so much.
Oh, God. Yeah.
Down a stream.
And what is that song?
Row your boat.
Life is but a dream. Merrily, 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 merrily. Life is but a dream.
And they all do them.
Honestly, I think for the budget of the film, it's probably the only song that they could actually vet without having to pay royalties.
All right, clip 3. This is where the son gets sick in the car.
Oh, I'll tell you, the effects for the fingers growing out, that was the number one thing I think I respected because it was unique. But it's the amount of green food coloring.
Oh, yeah.
They did. If they spared any expense on this film, they didn't spare anything on the green food coloring because that was like the signature bit in this entire movie was just green everything.
Even the skateboard.
Oh, the skateboard was green. The preacher's eye color was green. I mean, green. The food was green. It was like insanity.
Now, what's the premise for this film? I mean, why are goblins?
So the fact is, it's just supposed to be like a German folktale or like a European folktale lore, and and they basically consume humans. It's like they basically are just creatures.
Well, they turn them into vegetables first.
Yeah. They just basically purify them, as it were, and turn them into veggies. Like they're literally like vegetarian. Sorry, but like vegetarian beasts.
How do you pronounce the director's name?
Oh, geez. Let's see that here. I'm not even going to touch that one. I can't. It's like
Claudio Fragaya.
Yeah, I'm not going to insult the man's name.
But he actually went under a pseudonym, Drake Floyd, for this. And when I looked him up, he's done that a couple of times.
Well, as they say in the industry, it's like sometimes a job's a job.
Yeah.
I mean, I've taken jobs where I've been very proud of them, and I've taken jobs where it was like, how much you paying me?
Yeah, right. Or don't put my name in the credits.
Oh, no. I've had times where I actually asked not to have my name put in the credit, just for the fact of, I'll take the money, but I don't want the credit.
So this was filmed in Park City, Utah, mostly.
That's an interesting area.
In the summer of 1989. And...
You know what's amazing, though, is the fact of how long its predecessor, the original Troll, was filmed back in 1986.
Yeah.
So it's like, and that was done while it was still campy in the Little Monsters kind of genre realm.
Right.
The effects were far more superior and far better from John Carl Buechler and his company. I mean,
well, it was a major motion picture company.
Oh, without a doubt.
Right.
I mean, it was like literally Noah Hathaway right after The Never-Ending Story.
Right.
I mean, he did like a phenomenal job. But here's the funny thing about the original, even though I know we're talking about the sequel, he was the original OG Harry Potter.
Really?
Yeah. So when you think about it, it was Harry Potter Jr. was the name of his character. And that was way before the books.
I'll have to go back and look at that movie. What was I going to say? Let's go and watch clip 4. Grandpa keeps showing up.
The fact it's the essence spirit of his grandpa.
Right.
See, there's green butter, green liquid, green muffins. Like everything's green. And this kid's got to think of something fast to get them
so
to not
he won't eat the food. And what does he do?
But you know, what I love about that scene, as cheesy as it is the fact of the subtext that it's just like, it just alluded to, and then the aftermath. That's actually what made it kind of campy funny, you know? Yeah, and then the dad's taking him upstairs to want to punish him.
Let's, oh yeah, clip 5. The aftermath of that scene.
Can't piss on hospitality. I won't allow it.
What are you going to do to me, Daddy?
Tighten my belt by one loop so I don't feel hunger pains. Your sister brother will have to do likewise. Okay, Joshua. You want to get around with me? You want to show me that you don't like the choice of this house for our vacation by going
Kind
on
of a rug pull on what's happening.
Well, I'll accept the challenge. But just remember, when I was your age, I really did suffer from hunger. We'll see who gets through this. But just remember, I've got more practice than you.
You don't piss on hospitality.
You gotta love the fact of the, you know, that like subtext.
Have you been to one of their, what is it, Goblin Con or?
No, I haven't. I've had people ask me to go. I just haven't had time
Have
to
you
go.
seen it with a crowd?
Huh?
With a crowd?
No, I have not. But I can tell you right now, it's like, as bad as this movie's rap and as many Rotten Tomatoes as this movie gets, it's one of the top worst sequels of a film of all time. I mean, it has that rap, but it's got such a cult following of a massive crowd just because, and you ever wonder why, but it's like, sometimes those films just hit you.
They're so bad, they're good.
They're so bad, they're good. But you want to laugh at it. And it's one of those movies you're like, hey, you want to show your friends something to make fun of? It's like, here, put on Troll 2.
I imagine if you smoke weed, it's even funnier.
I wouldn't even.
I don't know that at all.
Yeah, neither do I.
It does have a documentary called Best Worst Movie. Have you seen that?
I have not. You know what? And now that you've said that, I'm actually going to have to look it up. I love documentaries.
I have it, and
we do.
I thought about bringing some clips of that in, but that would make the show run way too long. Not only does it have a documentary, but there is a sequel to the documentary.
There's a sequel of the sequel documentary.
So it's Troll 2, and it has 2 documentaries about how bad it is. All right. Clip 6. Infamous scene.
She's changing!
Purifying herself. She is one with the vegetable world.
And then
now, what's funny though, because you cut it right there.
We're gonna see it though in a minute.
Oh, we're gonna see it. Okay, yeah. That was a unique effect, as cheap as they had to do it. But when I was a kid watching that movie, I mean, I didn't know about it being a cheap, cheesy horror film. I literally got terrified of that scene growing up as a kid.
What age were you?
Oh, I think I was like 10.
Wow.
Yeah,
okay.
it's like I was literally like, my favorite thing every weekend was going to the movie rental, and I was allowed to rent 4 movies. And you always had like the kids that would go, and they would go rent like, you know, the Disney, or they would rent the cartoons or the silly things. And I was literally the only kid like at like 8 and 9 years old, like amongst adults looking through horror movies. And my mother would come up and I'd say, can I watch this? And she'd go, that's rated R, no. And I'd say, how about this? That's R, no. And she said, that's not even rated. And I said, okay. And then but every time I always had to look at the back of the box and find that PG-13 rating, which was just on the nice edge of like, I was allowed to watch it, but she would also sit and watch it with me.
Of course.
And so growing up, my mom actually got to see a lot of these films where she would sit there and just do the checkbook or do taxes or whatever. She'd look up every once in a while and go, what are we watching? And I'm over here just sculpting in clay and whatnot, trying to imagine how to make that effect and whatnot.
Clip 7. This is the follow-up clip to what we just saw.
They're eating her!
Now she's
And then they're going
vegetable
to eat me.
food.
Oh my God!
With a fly on his head.
The fact that he couldn't swing his arms or nothing, he had to be completely still for that whole thing, and you have a fly on your head. I mean, I would be sitting there like, get it off, get it off, get it off. But the fact that they were slurping up all of that, I mean, it was literally a green pile of goo. I mean, I didn't know what stuff that they made in that pile because, I mean, the movie doesn't have a commentary, but I'll tell you, it's one of those things that just sticks with you. I mean, I literally like disliked the color green for a while after watching that movie.
Yeah, too much green.
No, too much green.
What does green normally symbolize in movies?
Oh, mostly it's a good thing. It's like green light. It's like green's good. Like, you know, eat your greens, you know. I mean,
what about green like in Star Trek? In the background where it's got a green U over everything.
Yeah, that's true there.
But does that mean it's good or
you know what? It's been a while since I've seen a Star Trek episode, so I really couldn't tell you.
Not just wondering. Clip 8.
Yeah. Ultra eyeball aerobics.
That is so 80s.
Mm-hmm. You do have to give it credit for one thing. I'm guaranteeing you that she's a cheerleader, and without having the pom-poms in the scene, you definitely can tell that she's doing drills in front of the mirror and just absorbing herself on how she looks. I mean, I think we've all been guilty of doing it in the front of the mirror at least once in our lives. So it's like you can relate to the scene.
Well, a plot point was that she wanted to bring her boyfriend, and Dad said no. So the boyfriend and his friends get like this big RV
that they barely know how to drive.
And they're gonna drive it to the same place because they think there's a lot of hot women.
Yeah, right. Yeah, you're gonna go to Nilbog for Taster's Choice. It's like, sorry guys, it's like you're gonna find that.
And they break down on the side of the road.
Right. Yeah, and they know nothing about how to fix it, nothing about how to do anything. I mean, this guy's got his friends joined at the hip. I mean, it's like literally they tag along wherever they go.
I never had friends like that.
No, neither did I. Close. But if I had a girlfriend, it's like I'd be like, "See you, dudes. I'm gone."
For sure. Clip 9.
Grandpa Sam, are you there? Look, it's goblin spelled backwards. This is their kingdom.
And Dad's just asleep.
But you know what's really amazing about that bit right there? So they actually took that idea and like talk about borrowing like an artist. If you've ever seen the movie The Howling Part 3, The Marsupials.
I haven't.
Okay, so that's a very cheesy Australian werewolf movie based right after Howling Part 2.
Okay.
But it was also done by the same director who directed both movies. But they actually did a similar effect where one of the characters was from a town called Flo. And when you see the reverse in the rearview mirror and the word Flo backwards is wolf. So the fact that they literally borrowed that same, because that movie came out way before this movie. So it literally must have borrowed it, you know, like, oh, I have a great original idea. And you're like, no, you just.
I remember the one movie with Red Rum.
Yeah, murders. But I think everybody had a spell backwards, word.
Now, clip 10. Look at the mom's hair. Look at the witch's hair.
It's like she literally got dusted with flour.
There were teeth really like that?
Yeah.
I mean, probably because...
I did, probably just eating all that green. I mean, you know...
Or do you think she was wearing some...
Oh, no. They did makeup on her teeth. Yeah,
okay.
But she didn't wear dentures. They literally did like a type of tooth stain on her teeth just to make them look mossy and granularly, you know, and just like... Yeah.
I wondered if that was part of the casting call. We are looking for people with rotten out teeth. So what happened the way they cast this, the town where they filmed it, they had a casting call and everyone shows up, local people who live in the town. They thought they were getting hired as extras.
Not realizing they were actually being
And they realized they
cast.
were being cast as main characters.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, you know, sometimes you cast extras, pay them extras dues, and say, hey, you know, we're casting you as extras, so this is how much money we're going to pay you.
Yeah, it could be. the dad in real life is a dentist. And in that documentary, he's going to one of the troll cons, and he walks in a room, and he's like, there's gingivitis everywhere. I've never seen more tooth decay. Okay, clip 11.
My little friend. Please.
You know, the thing that always cracked me up about this scene, honestly, and being in the special effects industry and making monsters, that the thing is, when you're a kid and you're watching the movies, you never pick up on these things.
Right.
And then when you become a makeup artist or a special effects artist and you then rewatch the movies of yesteryear, you see all the little mistakes, imperfections or whatever. And it's like literally the thing that used to crack me up is seeing the seam line. Like they didn't, like when they took the hands out of the mold, they weren't even like foam rubber hands. They were latex hands. They literally just cut like just as much of the seam line off, but you could see the lines of where the divider line was from the mold. They literally just like pull them out, cut them, seam them, throw them out. But the fact that they only had 2 troll designs for the faces, you know, like they had over a dozen extras playing in the troll makeups, and it was just 2 designs, you know. It's like one with bug eyes, and then one with no eyes and a beaky nose. It was always struck me funny. It's like, why do they only have 2 designs here?
Did you see Battlefield Earth?
Battlefield Earth? Yes, I did.
What about those like Turles, big freaking huge hands?
Yeah, you know, I think it was just the fact that they were just trying to make differentiate from humans. I mean, it's like when you watch things like Star Trek, Star Wars, all those other like alien movies, you always try to get away from the overall design of the human form. But I think the hardest one was you didn't want to make them so alien that you couldn't recognize the actor underneath. Because you figure you got like John Travolta, you got like Lawrence Fishburne, or not Lawrence Fishburne. I know my name's. But yeah, no, it's like you get like those actors that are recognizable. You know, Forrest Whitaker is the name. You know, and it's like you want to recognize them and who they are.
Let's watch clip 12. This is the follow-up to what we just saw.
Stop! What are you doing to my son? We were giving him some ice cream.
Notice the camera was slightly out of focus on the dad's face.
They were giving me ice cream so they could eat me later.
Those crystal green eyes that guy's got.
Morbid, isn't he?
Yeah, you'd think he was wearing contacts, but they actually...
That is real eyes.
Those is real green eyes.
Because later he does wear contacts. Let's go and watch that clip 13. Now, why this is in the movie, it's just so weird.
What really cracked me up is the fact of the druid element for the film that they base off druid beliefs. And when you really do historical studies, there's nothing in druid beliefs. It has nothing to do with it. They were just making it up. Hollywood basically just making up stuff.
Well,
but the 4-leaf clover, you know, on everybody, either on their wrist,
that was
on
a
their
nice
cheek.
touch.
It was an interesting touch, but you could barely, like, I used to think it was like acne for the longest time.
I mean, I thought something was going on, but you're right. It was a good touch.
Very. It was unique.
Let's watch clip 14. Suddenly, Grandpa becomes Thor and sets the preacher on fire.
I tell you, I've only seen one full body burn, and the smell gets you. But the fact is like when those guys get lit on fire, I mean, they have to hold their breath for however long they're on fire. So
Have you been set on fire?
No. I was like, I'll make fire, I'll work with fire, but it's like if someone says, "Hey, can we catch you on fire in a monster suit?" And I'm like, "No,
that's why I draw the line.
No." I'm like, "You will not catch me on fire."
We're almost done here. Clip 15.
It's like, oh yeah, and seriously, I'll take the passion scene over Return of Swamp Thing over the popcorn maker makeout scene.
No, you're right. You actually see
it's like
one or two stagehands throwing.
Yeah, it's literally the popcorn makeout maker 2000.
I don't even know why they bothered with that.
You know what? Again, it's like they probably wanted to show the sexuality because when you see the clip prior to that, she's in a very skimpy outfit.
Yeah,
and it's
with the
very
garter belt.
provocative, and you gotta get that veggie in there, you gotta get that corn in there, and I thought, oh, okay, just yeah, all right, yeah. It made me never look at corn cob the same way again after that scene, and popcorn too. For a while, I was at a young age when you saw that, you were like, okay, that doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, the setup is that the family that goes to visit is swapping houses with a farm family.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of like Airbnb.
Mm-hmm.
Or, yeah.
Yeah, back in the day before Airbnb, yeah.
Let's go to clip 16. The family decides to have a seance to try and call Grandpa back.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's a witchcraft movie.
There was so much just chucked into this movie. I mean, I got, and to this day, I got the plot, but I think the plot got lost where it just constantly jumped around.
Are you familiar with Canon films?
I am very familiar with Canon films.
It sounds like Canon should have made this movie.
You know what, though? In all honesty, if Canon had made this film, they probably would have put a lot more into it.
What's your favorite Canon film?
Cyborg.
I like Ninja Warrior 3. It's kind of like this movie.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's go ahead and watch clip 17.
A double-decker bologna sandwich!
How does he defeat the trolls? He eats a bologna sandwich.
You know, yeah, it's like how do you just have the vegetarian monsters like just boil up into goo? It's like, oh no, all the calories and cholesterol and the saturated fats, and I'm like over here like, you know what?
I just ate that.
It's like we'll just have a bologna sandwich, you know. Heck with the garlic, heck with the holy water. Let's just break out the bologna.
And clip 18. So there he is destroying them. Look at that convincing eating. And the trolls are dead. The goblins, sorry.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
No. What did you think about the way they ended the film at the very end?
So I thought really that was one of those moments where you think that the happy ending and it's like we've defeated the monsters, we've defeated it all, and everybody's home happy and safe. Right. And then that for the longest time, I actually thought that because it was the boyfriend, the sister, the dad, and the mom, I had to take a second count because I thought, wouldn't it have been epic if they had actually swapped places with the family members?
Right.
And they were actually the ones. But the thing that would have messed it up is they had a fourth goblin.
Right.
If they had just kept the three, I would have been like, oh, wow, they didn't come home with the same. It was like Invasion of the Body Snatchers, but it's Invasion of the Goblin Snatchers.
My theory is this. The farm family really did go to their house and planted the apples in the fridge and then came back home.
Well, I mean, and that's a very good theory, and that's a good possibility.
I'm sure I'm not the first to think of it.
Yeah, the fact that he ran up the stairs, spoiler alert, and he just literally goes through all that green goo in the shower and literally finds his mom's on, and he's like, they're eating my mom. And the one goblin looks and goes, yeah, I want some, Joshua. But his mouth could barely move because of how thick the latex was.
I would have shown clips from it, but that was the only nudity.
You know what? And that, I gotta tell you, that was like the one scene that I saw, and I was like, oh, okay, that's a little.
They actually did a good job.
Yeah, they actually like, okay, that was interesting. That it was like one little nude clip.
Did you see Troll 3?
I did not.
I haven't either. And let's hope it at least has trolls in it. Any last words about this movie?
Yeah, I think if you just want to just have a good laugh and just have a good giggle, I mean, it's one of those movies. People always tell you just watch it once, and it's like when you go to the Carnes and hear about the man-eating chicken. You know, that's the joke. That's the overall joke. You tell people, it's like, no, go see this movie. It's like the most epic movie you'll ever watch. And then they come back and they go, that movie was
bastard,
horrible. And you're like, yeah, but now tell your other friends to go watch it now.
Amongst friends, we've talked about if you can make a movie about making a movie, like they're a real movie that's already out, which one would it be? And I'll throw that question to you.
Oh, I couldn't even name one, really, to tell you the truth. I mean, there's so many good documentaries that are coming out. I'm always surprised.
I mean,
when
a
they
drama.
come out. A drama? Oh, actually, in all honesty, I couldn't really tell you.
Really?
I couldn't. What about you?
Amongst all of us, it's the Island of Dr. Moreau.
They did come out with a documentary about that, though.
Yeah, but I mean, you do a dramatic...
Oh, a dramatic movie.
You hire actors to talk about making that movie.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of like Mank.
Oh, yeah.
Or The Artist.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that'd be an interesting documentary to watch.
I'd like to do that one day. Before we go, if you made one about this movie took 3 weeks to shoot. So you could do 30 minutes about each week. And there's your 90-minute film. And you could probably do it pretty easy, too.
Pretty much.
If you even had the cojones, you could do it for the same budget they did this movie for.
Yeah, I'll tell you, if I was going to do a movie like that, I'd be like, I'd be terrified, because if it was the same budget, I'd be looking at them like, not amount of time.
Is it easier to make? Because I know you do creature creation. Could you make something look that bad intentionally?
No. I mean, even when I first started, I was so OCD and meticulous about getting every seam and then getting everything patched and cleaned and painted. I mean, I've made some monsters where they were cheesy, and a lot of times there was the budget wasn't there.
Right.
But I would always put that little extra something in there just so it didn't look like the budget wasn't there.
Right.
And sometimes that would come out of pocket, and I tried not to. But sometimes I was like, while the budget ain't there, my reputation's on the line. So I would jump on that.
Well, thanks for coming on. Sorry, my voice is thrashed. You're watching HardToWatch on Creators Go. You can find us on Rumble, YouTube, X, Facebook, and other platforms. And we're coming to you from Fratelli's, 1774 California Street. Come check them out. Our next show will be in 2 weeks, 3 o'clock. If you want to come out with questions, come on out. See you guys.
See you later.